Okay, guys, now this video is going to be identifying transformations and transfers. And this, I think, is one of the hardest things that we have to do in this unit. So I'm really going to try and explain this really well. Um, Again, if you guys have questions on this, I'm telling you, you really, really have to ask me, find me, make me sit down and help you out because I want to make sure we get this down. But I'm going to try and explain a system we can use to figure this out. So this says Mr. McSparron shoots a Nerf gun straight up in the air. Identify the transformations and transfers based on point A and point B. Okay, so first thing I want to do, let's just go ahead and let's write in here and say that, I'm going to zoom in some. Okay, and this is a good idea for you as well. Go ahead and say transformations okay, are change within the system. So there's no energy going in, there's no energy going out. It's all just changing from one thing to another. A transfer, on the other hand, is energy going in or out of a system. Okay, sorry if the handwriting is a little bit sloppy there, but I want to have those notes there so when we look at this situation on number 12, we can go back to it. Okay, so this says it wants me to identify the transfers and transformations based on point A and point B. So I put a little visual here so that we can start to think about how point A is this point when the Nerf gun is cocked, but Mr. McSparron hasn't pulled the trigger yet. Point B is when the dart's at its highest point. So we can imagine the dart's going to go up like this. There's its highest point, and then it's going to come back down. Okay? So what I want to know is, from here to here, how does the energy change? And I think that I have a solution for a good method for this. Okay? So what I think the easiest way to do is to, and I'll write this down, okay? So step one is going to be identify, that Y didn't turn out well. I'll just do this. Okay. Identify the energy at point A and at point B. Okay, so that's the first step is identify energy at point A and at point B. Okay, so energy at point A, the Nerf gun is cocked, but Mr. McSparron hasn't pulled the trigger yet. So that means the dart's not moving, nothing's moving, there's no kinetic. The only real thing we have here is EL. Now point B, the dart's at its highest point, okay? So we know that at an object's highest point, it stops moving. So again, there's no kinetic, and there's no more elastic, but now it looks like it's just EG, okay? So I've got those two things, all right? So after I've identified that, okay, the next thing I have to do, and I'm going to use my thing again here, all right? Decide if the energy types are in the system. Okay, now that sounds confusing, but let's think about this, okay? So I'm going to go to the system. And my system in part one is Nerf gun, dart, and earth. So I want to look at it and say, okay, at point A, can I use EEL? And the answer is yes, because the gun, which is the thing that provides the EEL, it's in the system. Okay, so the answer there is yes. And then EG, can I use that? And the answer here is yes, because the Earth is in the system, the thing that provides that. Okay? All right, so here's the big part, number 3. And I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, you guys just got to let me know and I'll try and explain it some more, okay? So number 3, if the answer to number 2 is yes, if they're both in the system, then it's a transformation. If no, it's a transfer. Okay, so let's think about what's happening in these two, and hopefully these steps make sense, okay? So we said that for this system, it's yes to both. We can have EEL and we can have EG. Then it's easy, guys. It just goes from EEL to EG. Okay? Now, I would be okay. So if you give me this answer right here, I'm going to count it correct. Now, if you did this, it would also be correct. If you said it went from EEL to EK and then to EG, well then, hey, that's even better, okay? But if you just say EEL to EG, I'm okay with that. But really what's happening is the elastic is changing into kinetic and then changing into gravitational potential. And so if that's the case, then the energy transfer is none, okay? All right, so let's look at this next system. So now the system is just Nerf gun and dart. So I'm going to look back over. I'm going to look back over at my two types of energy. Okay, so EEL, is that okay to have in the system? Yep, I got the Nerf gun, so EEL goes in there. Okay. Now I look at EG and I can't put EG in the system. Okay, because there's no Earth. Earth is missing here. Okay, it's gone. So that means now there's going to be a transfer. So now it gets a little bit more complicated. So there's two things happening now. One is that I'm still going from EEL to EK. But now what has to happen is instead of going to EG, okay, that process has to go down here. I'm just going to erase all that, okay? So that goes down here now. So really what happened? So the change from EK to EG happened because Earth took energy out of the system. Okay, so Earth takes energy out of the system. It takes away that EK and takes it out of our system. Okay, I know that's confusing. I know that's hard. I want you to try real hard on number 13. But if you have trouble, make sure that you ask me because I want you to get this thing down, guys.